Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the future. My name's Chris Kalabukas, and once again, we're coming at you live from deep, deep, deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, California. We're talking AI, startups, humanity, and the future, not necessarily those, and not necessarily in that order. It's show number 996, and today we're going to talk about humans in the loop. And I read this article the other day, and they came up with an acronym HILT, H-I-L-T. And they called it humans in the loop. And I thought, wait a second, that doesn't quite work. It's humans in the loop. Shouldn't that be H-I-T-L, not H-I-L-T? I guess they were taking some artistic license with the name because they wanted to turn it into a snappy acronym. Man, do I ever hate snappy acronyms. Did you ever get a job at a major corporation and everything is an acronym? Every single solitary thing is an acronym, and it takes you a year or two just to figure out what that acronym stands for and what it actually means? But I digress. So HILT, or humans in the loop processing, was what they're talking about. And basically the concept is, when it comes to AI, and this is what I do with AI daily, this is what I do with a lot of the AI generated properties that I work with, is that we make sure that there's always some human being somewhere in the loop, in the creation of whatever they're creating, whether it's creating content, whether it's doing some kind of doodad or whatever they're doing, that there's got to be a human in the loop. It's not end-to-end AI creation, because there are tools out there that will do end-to-end AI creation. In fact, I came across one the other day that was able to generate thousands of blog posts. You just put in a little seed into this thing, and it would generate thousands of blog posts, AI-generated blog posts. And I just tried it just for fun to see what it was like. And the stuff that came out was absolute garbage. I mean, I don't know if computers would be able to read it. I don't know if Google would be able to read it and go, yeah, that looks great. I think that's something that I should really index. But if humans were to look at it, they would probably say, this is absolute garbage. It's terrible. So for each and every, and a lot of you out there are working with AI. They're working with generative AI. I think I quoted the other day, there was 75 to 80% of people are actually using AI in their day-to-day jobs, whether or not their organization has approved it, right? So if you are using generative AI in your organization, whether or not your management has approved it, please make sure not to just use the AI without looking it over first. Make sure that there's a human in the loop. You or somebody else checks the work before it goes out. Maybe when you're curating, you check the output of the AI to make sure that it's okay. Maybe you need to correct some of the English in the AI. Maybe you need to change some of the terminology in the AI. Maybe it's hallucinated and said something completely wrong. So at this point, maybe at some point in the future, because everything will happen, the only question is when, maybe at some point in the future we will have AI that can check itself. And I've heard that there are movements out there to have different AI models check each other. So for example, OpenGPT would check Claude would check Perplexity would check. So all these different models, and I'm not sure how well this is going to work because all these AI models are based on a similar large language model concept, although they're not all using the same large language model. So there may be some utility to it. But getting these things to check against each other, I think, is a step in the right direction. But I think, in the end, ultimately, you do need to have a human in the loop somewhere, at the beginning, in the middle, at the end, somewhere, to actually review everything that's about to go out and put their stamp of approval or edit it before it goes out. I think it's going to be for the next foreseeable future, we're going to need humans in the loop to make sure AIs don't lose their minds and generate something that's completely unrealistic and not true. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.